Climate.
Yeah, kept me in the same cell as a stripteaser from a burlesque show.
I was in the cell with Mr. Kirby. My, he was mad.
Mrs. Kirby and the stripteaser, they were fighting all night.
A whole lot about Mr. Kirby right here. Mr. Anthony W. Kirby, head of Kirby and Company of 62 Wall Street, was among those apprehended, declared he was in no way interested in the manufacture of fireworks, and refused to stay while he was on the premises at the time of the raid. Mr. Kirby's member of the Union Club, the Rabbit Club, the Harvard Club, and the National Geographic Society. My, he certainly is a joiner.
All the rich men are elves who suffer.
You don't suppose, after all that's happened, Mr. Tony ain't ever gonna marry Miss Alice, huh?
No, sir. And it's too bad, too. Miss Alice sure loves that boy.
Ever notice how white folks always getting themselves in trouble?
Yes, sir. I'm glad I'm colored.
Me too.
I don't know what I'm going to do with all that food out in the kitchen. Sure ain't going to be no party tonight.
Ain't we gonna eat it anyhow?
Well, I'm cooking it, but they sure ain't going to have no appetite.
Well, I'm hungry.
Well, they ain't. They're all so broke up about Miss Alice.
Where's she going? What you wanna go away for?
I don't know. Mountain someplace. And she's going all right, no matter what they say. I know Miss Alice when she gets that look in her eyes.
Too bad, huh?
Sure is.
Not even a balloon left.
How's your hand, Mr. Peanut? Better?
It's better. Is there more olive oil in the kitchen?
There's some in the salad bowl.
Thank you.
Well, she's going. Nothing anybody said could change her.
She ain't gonna stay away long, is she, Mrs. Sycamore?
I don't know, Reba. She won't say.
My, sure is gonna be lonesome around here without her.
How you feel, Miss Sycamore?
Oh, I'm all right, Donald. Just a little upset. Perhaps if I do some work, I'll feel better.
Well, I won't bother you then, Miss Sycamore.
Would you like some candy to take to the train, Alice? No, thanks, Esther.
Alex, you could be just as alone here as you could in the mountains. You could stay up in your room all the time.
No, Mother. I need to be alone for a while. I love you all. You know that. But I just have to be by myself. I'll be all right. Father, did you phone for a cab?
No, I didn't know you wanted one.
Oh, I told Mr. DePinna to tell you, Paul. Didn't he tell you?
Oh, he told me, but I forgot.
I wish I lived in a family that didn't always forget everything. That behaved the way other people's families do. I'm sick of cornflakes and Donald and, everything. Why can't we be like other people's families? Roast beef and 2 green vegetables and doilies on the table. And a place you could bring your friends without... I'll see if I can do anything.
Tony, talk to her. She's in the kitchen.
Alice, won't you listen to me, please?
Tony, it's no use.
Alice, you're not being fair. Please let me talk.
Where'd they go?
Upstairs.
We walked her out the minute we came in.
Knock the olive oil right out of my hand. I'm gonna smell kind of fishy now.
How are you, Mr. DePinna? Is your hand still bothering you?
It's better.
Everything burned off, huh? Downstairs?
Oh, everything. And my Roman costume, too.
I told you there was a bright side to everything. All except my 24 years back income tax. You get another letter every day.
Say, what are you gonna do about that, Grandpa?
Well, go ahead.
Forgive me, the door was open.
Come on in.
You will excuse my coming today. I realize you are upset.
That's all right, Mr. Kleinoff.
I don't think I can take a lesson today, Mr. Kalinkoff. I'm not feeling up to it.
Well,
But do stay for dinner, Mr. Kleinoff. We have all that food out there, and somebody's got to eat it.
I will be happy to, Madam Sycamore.
Fine.
Thank you. I wonder if I know you well enough to ask you a great favor.
Why, of course. What is it?
You have heard me talk about my friend, the Grand Duchess Olga Katrina?
Yes?
She's a great woman, the Grand Duchess. Her cousin was the Tsar of Russia, and now she's waitress in Chow's restaurant in Times Square.
Yes, I know. If there's anything we can do, Mr. Kleinoff.
Well, I tell you, the Grand Duchess has not had a good meal since, before the revolution.
She must be hungry.
Today, she not only had the day off, Thursday, but it's also the anniversary of Peter the Great, a remarkable man.
Why, if you're asking the Grand Duchess to come to dinner, why, we'd be honored.
Oh, yes.
In the name of the Grand Duchess, I thank you.
I can hardly wait to meet her. Where is she now?
Oh, she's outside on the street waiting. I bring her in.
Yes, bring your tie. Essie, you're dressed. Come my way, all right?
The Grand Duchess, Olga Katrina. Your Highness, permit me to present Madam Sycamore, Madam Carmichael, Grandpa,
Madam.
Mr. Carmichael, Mr. Sycamore, and Mr. DePina.
All right now, Mr. DePina.
Please be seated, Your Highness.
Thank you. You are most kind.
We are honored to receive you, Your Highness.
I am most happy to be here. How soon is dinner?
Oh, it will be quite soon. Very soon.
I do not mean to be rude, but I must be back at the restaurant by 8 o'clock. I am substituting for another waitress.
I will make sure you are there on time, Your Highness.
Thank you, Kolenko.
You know, Grand Duchess, I think you waited on me in Childs once. The 72nd Street place, right?
No, that was my sister.
The Grand Duchess Natasha.
I work in Times Square.
Oh.
Quite a lot of your folks living around here now, aren't there?
Oh yes, many. My uncle, the Grand Duke Sergei, he is an elevator man in Macy's. A very nice man. Then there is my cousin, Prince Alexis. He will not speak to the rest of us because he works at Hattie Carnegie. He is in ladies' underwear.
When he was selling hot dogs at Coney Island, he was willing to talk to you.
Ah, Kolenkov, our time is coming. My sister, Natasha, is studying to be a manicurist. Uncle Sergei, they have promised to make floor walker. And next month, I get transferred to the 5th Avenue Childs. From there, it is only a step to Strauss, and then we will see what Prince Alexis says.
I think you've got him.
You are telling me?
Personally, I mean.
Of course. He was my cousin. It was terrible what happened, but perhaps it was for the best. Where could he get a job now?
Pravda, this is true.
And poor relations are poor relations. It is the same in every family. My cousin, the King of Sweden, he was very nice to us for about 10 years. Every once in a while he would send a money order. But then he said, I just cannot go on. I am not doing so well myself. I do not blame him.
No, of course not. Would you excuse me for just a moment?
Now, Grand Duchess, you gotta tell me, is it true what they say about Rasputin?
Everyone wants to know about Rasputin. Yes, my dear sir, it is. And how?
You don't say.
Your Highness, we have to watch the time.
Yes, I must not be late. The manager does not like me. He is a communist.
Right.
Oh, we'll hurry things up. Essie, why don't you go to the kitchen and see if you can help Reba?
I will help you. I am a very good cook.
Oh, but not on your day off, Your Highness.
I do not mind. Where is your kitchen?
It's right through here, but you're the guest of honor, Your Highness.
But I love to cook. Come, Kolenko. If they have got some sour cream and hot cheese, I will make you some blintzes.
Ah, Blitzens, come on, we'll show you something.
Grand Duchess is all right, isn't she? Hey, Duchess, can I help?
She's got a wonderful face for a mask, hasn't she?
Yes, she's really a very nice woman, considering she's a Grand Duchess.
Wonderful if some people go through, isn't it? And still keep kind of gay, too.
Yes, she made me forget about everything, just for a minute.
Better call that cab, I suppose.
No, wait, Paul, here they are.
Because I wanted to wake you up. I wanted you to see a real family, as they really were. A family that loved and understood each other. You don't understand me. You've never had time. Well, I'm not going on with it. I'm clearing out.
Clearing out? What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not going to be pushed into the business just because I'm your son. I'm getting out while there's still time.
But, Tony, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Maybe I'll be a bricklayer, but at least I'll be doing something I want to do.
That must be the cab.
Tell him to wait a minute, will you, Ed?
Grandpa.
You don't mind, do you, Alice? Mr. Kirby, Tony's going through the same things that you and I did when we were his age. I think that if you listen hard enough, you can hear yourself saying the same things to your father 25 years ago. We all did it, and we were right. How many of us would settle when we're young for what we eventually get? All those plans you make, what happens to them? It's only a handful of the lucky ones that can say they even came close. So, before they clean up that...
I beg your pardon, but before I make the blintzes, how many were there before dinner?
Your Highness, may I present Mr. Anthony Kirby and Mr. Kirby Jr., the Grand Duchess Olga Katrina.
How's that?
How do you do? Before I make the blintzes, how many will there be to dinner?
Oh, I'd make quite a stack of them, Your Highness.
Good.
Can't ever tell.
Good. The Tsar always said to me, Olga, do not be stingy with the blitzes.
Who did you say that was?
The Grand Duchess Olga Katrina. She's cooking the dinner.
Oh,
And speaking of dinner, why don't you and Tony both stay?
Oh, please do, Mr. Kirby. We have all that food out there, and somebody's got to eat it.
How about it? It'll give us kind of a chance to get acquainted. Why not stay?
How about it, Father? Are we staying for dinner?
why, if you care to, Tony, I'd like to very much.
Now, Alice was in away that cab. Mr. Vanderhoff?
How about it, Alice? Looks like it's going to be a nice crowd. Don't you think you ought to stay?
I'm staying, Alice. The families ought to get to know each other, don't you think?
Mr. Kirby. Tony. Oh, Tony. You were wonderful, Grandpa.
I've been telling you that for years.
Here's a letter, Grandpa. What's in your icebox? Oh, how do you do, Mr. Kirby?
How do you do?
Won't you step to my office, Mr. Seymour? I'd like to hear you dictate.
I'd better tell the cab. Well, well, well.
What is it, Grandpa?
The United States government apologizes. It appears I died 8 years ago. Remember Charlie the Milkman, buried under my name?
Yes.
Well, I simply told them that they made a mistake, and I was Martin Vanderhoff, Jr. So they're very sorry, and I might even get a refund.
Grandpa, you're an old cook.
Sure.
Pardon me, Mr. Vanderhoff. How did you say you escaped the income tax again?
Tonight, my friends, you're going to eat.
Hello there.
How do you do?
Fine, fine. Glad to see you.
What has happened?
He's relaxing. That's right, Ed. Play something.
Everything will be ready in a minute. You can sit down now.
Come on, everybody, dinner. Come on, Mr. Kirby.
Yes, sir.
Essie, stop dancing and come to dinner.
You like Russian, Mr. Kirby.
But you must be careful of your indigestion.
Nonsense. I haven't any indigestion.
Well, Mr. Seymour, how was your trip to Adirondack?
That's a face, Mr. Kirby.
In Russia, when you sit down.
Quiet, everybody. Quiet. Well, sir, here we are again. We want to say thanks once more for everything you've done for us. It looks as though Alice is going to marry Tony, and they're going to be very happy. Of course, the fireworks blew up, but that was Mr. DePina's fault, not yours. We've all got our health, and as far as anything else is concerned, we'll leave it up to you. Thank you.
Grandpa, I heard from my friend in Russia again.
He has escaped. Save the stamp for me.
Do you like roast goose, Mr. Kirby? We're having roast goose for dinner.
Like it, why it's my favorite dish.
I'm going to dance for you later, Mr. Kirby. I'm glad you deserve it.
And I've planned some special music for it, too.
Mr. Kirby, what are you involved in Mr. Kirby's commission?
Mr. DePina, we've got to start